Hey everyone, Coy with Wilderness Systems. I want to go over with you today my Radar 115 setup. I actually had a couple comments on social media that would like to see it, and hopefully this gives you some ideas, maybe give you some tips, pointers on this boat on the way. So anyways, my Radar 115 behind me with a Helix pedal drive. Let's go take a look. Okay. So this is in the dusk orange color, and quite a bit of stuff on here, but we'll just start at the front and work our way back. We'll start with the anchor system. My front anchor system, I actually use half of the Anchor Wizard kit. The cranks on the front, and the reason I use them on the front is because I primarily use it for lakes. There's 70 feet of cord in there. This is by far the easiest setup for an anchor I think you can do. Basically the crank is on the slide tracks. I use a Wilderness Systems slide tracks anchor. As you can see, they're nice and concaved for the anchor line to run through. And you run to the front. Very simple carabiner that is tethered off with a piece of paracord. I like to use, even though they're pink, rubber coated dumbbells from Walmart. They're very inexpensive, about $5 or $6. Unfortunately, the 5-pound is only the 5-pound is pink. 8-pound is bright orange, but they work very well. And if I lose one somewhere while I'm at a tournament, they're easily replaced. Let's see, we'll head on over on this side. Simply a pull cord, in case I want to get out and wade, is just tethered up here with the carabiner. I've got a ram ball, or a ram mount. I believe it's called a dog bone, but it's a just a GoPro camera mount. You can get the front angle that way in different positions. I have the my Lowrance 4 hooked up through my flex pod. I actually have a track and a 1-inch ball on the flex pod. In case I want to use this without the pedal drive, I can put it there. The lines, quite simply, were just concaved out with a router bit. And when you open this up, I'm using the have a foam block in there. Wilderness Systems new 15 amp hour lithium battery pack. These things are awesome. That's how it's being powered. And you see, when you tighten this down, just simply concaving slots out for your wires works actually quite well. Okay, moving back a little bit. I love Ram Tube Junior fishing rod holders. This one here I actually put up front in this position, so when I'm standing, I can throw that in the rod holder temporarily if I need to, or if I want to rig up a line, I can throw that in there, go hands free, and don't have to hold onto the rod at the same time tying up. Of course, the Helix pedal drive system is on this kayak. Basically, I have, you'll see here, just a an old child's bow kit arrow quiver, bungee strap to the head of the pedal drive. That's just so as my rod's laying across my lap or off the seat, I can pedal and lay my rod down. Real quick on these Helix pedal drives, of course the release is here. What you want to do, this is a mechanical device, so it takes a little bit of care and maintenance. Best thing to do is have a rag after each use. Keep this portion cleaned off, and that pedal drive will continue to pop up for you nice and freely. anywhere there's a mechanical device, there's always going to be some sort of friction. Keep things clean, free of debris. It'll work good for you. Buck splitters fit perfectly in the side. They're just tethered off with some, actually I use a masonry string for that. I have a ball bungee cord on my seat. That is for transportation purposes. You have to excuse me, I'm trying to shoot this video with one hand and work with the other, but basically that ball bungee is going to go around your seat there during transportation, and when you're using the boat, just let it hang. Up front under the seat for my phone holder, I have a Kayak gear pouch. I got this before the Wilderness System came out with their own pouches, but it's just zip tied to the front. Of course, for tournament anglers, it's a very important option to have, to be able to put your phone somewhere handy. I have Yak Attack Roto Grip paddle holders. Still going to be paddling this boat a lot, especially on rivers. Up here I have a Yak Attack eyelet tie down. Again, it just goes to this rack. And a piece of paracord on a carabiner again. This is actually a 24-foot dog leash. If you're going to use this, make sure you get the rope kind, not the strap kind. These come from Harbor Freight. They're only like $5 or $6, pretty cheap. Again, I use the Wilderness Systems anchor for the slide tracks to run my line through. We'll follow it back. Another one. And this is where I use the rear bracket for the Anchor Wizard. Basically, to allow for room, I made an anchor plate out of a cutting board. The anchors to the rear factory bolts, and then the Anchor Wizard bracket bolts to it. This is just a piece of chain for in the rivers mainly. Rear anchor. The another accessory is the flush mount rod holders. Again, as you can tell, I love the ball bungees. Tether that down. When my rod is in that, I just lace that over the reel or the handle so I don't lose it. Back up a little bit. Again, Ram Tube Juniors on the back. I also like to install 4-inch slide tracks on my seat. This allows me to put cup holders, or even can put one of the Ram Tube Juniors on my seat. It's just a Wilderness Systems 4-inch slide track. They're actually aluminum, and bolt it right through the seat with the hardware that comes with it. Back of the seat has one of Wilderness Systems' new accessory pouches. Actually put it on the inside of my strap to make sure that stays secure a little bit better, especially when going down the road. As you can see, when you're using this boat, I'm very short. I'm only 5'6", so I have to have my seat fairly close for the pedals. But you're not going to have it back much further, but what it does allow, and it's great, a lot of room for extra tackle behind the seat, between the seat area and the rear cargo area. So we've got a tackle bag, soft bait binder, and then one of the Plano 3700s fit perfectly in the pre-molded area. I actually have my hog trough on my milk crate, and it has a piece of pipe filled with foam, and that helps attach to a paddle clip anywhere you want a paddle clip attached. We'll keep going around. The rudder kit that comes with the pedal drive system. So when you order the pedal drive system, you're going to get obviously the pedal drive head and the rudder arm, control arm, all your cables, everything you need for this to be set up. I actually installed a ram block for my GoPro pole in the back. Again, I drilled these out a little bit to fit the bolt pattern, but that fits bolt pattern on the factory inserts. And this pole is kind of a homemade jobby, but it's actually a GoPro pole with a flag, and I've got it set up to put a light on it. Keep going around. I actually use the this flush mount rod holder for my net. Again, another Ram Tube Junior 4-inch track. Come over here, another Yak Attack Roto Grip paddle holder. And so if you just want to see it from the cockpit, that's what it looks like. The Helix pedal drive, when you install it, I've not had any issues with mine, but I've read comments where people have had their arm bolts coming loose, or maybe their pedals. Guys, when you install this, obviously there's a video for the install. This is the right side. This is the left side. So you want to look at it as if you're setting in the boat. Make sure that you put your right arm on the right arm and the right pedal on the right pedal. And the way you can tell is the right pedal actually has an R stamped in it right there. And then the pedal is marked with a line that's cut into the pedal. You can see it just in front of my thumb. You can see the left side doesn't have that line. What I did is make sure that I got some blue Loctited everything together. Just want to try to eliminate possible issues. And then I'm going to prop in, make sure when you get this in, make sure these jam nuts are tight. I would actually remove them and Loctite them on, and make sure that those are nice and tight. You don't want to lose a prop. You don't want to lose the jam nuts. Just a little bit of preventative maintenance will help you a lot. But that's about it, guys. One more thing. Take a look at the paddle I went with is actually awesome paddle. This is Adventure Technologies Oracle Angler. Very wide, as you can see comparison to my hand, a very wide blade, fiberglass blade. You can move a lot of water. A carbon blend shaft. The shaft is adjustable by 10 centimeters. So, for instance, this is a 250. If you order a 250, it'll extend to 260. They have a small notch for the angler for grabbing line. These are great paddles. I'm still going to be paddling this boat a lot, especially on rivers. But I wanted to show you the setup. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Hopefully my Wilderness Systems Kayak crate comes in soon. But for now, I'm just going to be using the milk crate like normal. If there's any questions, again, just feel free to comment. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.